Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. At time of recording, it is the 20th of July 2024. We're going to be going over all the main news stories this week in Star Citizen quickly, with a bit of added context if necessary, from updates to Alpha 3.24, ongoing events, progress on jump points and 4.0, as well as some sneak peeks. At one of the most popular ships yet to be released. There have been a couple of small 3.24 EVOCATI patches over the last few days. We still don't have 3.24 out to the wider PTU yet, so no first wave PTU, it's still EVOCATI. On the 17th and 18th of July, we had some patches though, and they adjusted the mission tagged cargo resale value when sold outside the mission. So basically going cargo that is illegally obtained or not supposed to be sold because it's supposed to be as part of a mission or whatever is of a lesser value for the most part, or an appropriate fenced value. They also bumped up many hauling mission reward payouts after design discussions and community feedback. I believe there's also now a search function for item banks, but it wasn't mentioned in the notes that I saw, nor was it working when I tried it, but it means that it should be there soon. They have fixed tons of bugs, and some of them quite egregious ones as well from the known issues and blockers list. CIG hinted that last week that a wider PTU would be real soon, but there was some blockers, and I've been expecting it for over 2 weeks now, so soon for wider PTU, but for a live build for 3.24, I don't see how that could possibly happen before sort of mid-August now, but we'll have to wait and see. I very much was expecting CIG to get this in a state for wider PTU much earlier. In the march towards Alpha 4.0 as well, there is some tech preview tests that are for the EVOCATI going on over the next few days. They're going to be testing out RMQ, the replication message queue. This replaces the older network message queue, the idea being that it's sort of server meshing ready, it's a more robust system, alleviates some bottlenecks in the netcode, and generally is more optimized. The build is a tweaked 3.24 one. We don't really know what it's going to be like in terms of real gains until it's more refined and put with server meshing, and obviously that 3.24 is a more refined build as well. But I mean, it's not going to be released until 4.0, this actual tech. It's a step towards finding a much better networking solution for the game though. Something else that CIG said is that they were targeting Alpha 4.0 in the next few or the coming months, but didn't give any form of hard date. They are planning for it to be before the year's out, though there could always be further delays. I don't expect that. I do expect them to have this as the last major patch of the year, although potentially they could also have a 4.0.x. And yeah, there could be delays that push it into 2025. Again, don't expect that though. From the Star Citizen newsletter, although the free fly portion is over, the Foundation Festival is still in full swing. They say, join us as we celebrate our incredibly welcoming community with an org recruitment contest, exciting rewards for the guide system, and a special referral bonus. The festival officially ends at the end of the month, so you have plenty of time. If you want to learn a new skill, role, or mechanic in Star Citizen, then try out that system, or if you want to teach one. For those heading to Manchester this October, we are thrilled to announce a variety of community-led events that will accompany CitizenCon 2954 all week long. Zin and I will be attending CitizenCon, but also on the 18th we're going to be attending the New Wakefield Street Takeover. It's a ticketed event, so bear that in mind. Go and check that out. I'll put all the links to the newsletter and all that sort of jazz down below. But there's also Bar Citizens in Manchester planned from the 15th of October sort of onwards. The whole week is pretty much going to be Bar Citizen and people coming down. So if you are in the area, come down. A lot of these Bar Citizens are sort of supported by CIG or will have CIG attendance, but are not run by them. Talking about being supported by CIG, Atmo Esports is returning to amplify the excitement at CitizenCon with their biggest in-person tournament to date. You won't want to miss it. Now, that is going to be pretty big, and it's going to be straight after CitizenCon. It has a ticketed event as part of it if you're in Manchester on the 20th, of October, obviously, but it is also going to be live streamed, so you can watch it from the joy of your own home. The venue is amazing for it, and there is going to be a CIG panel there too on racing, I believe, again up in Manchester at the Aviva Studios. So yeah, again, I believe this is a community run event. Technically it's Atmo Esports, so it's going to be pretty high production cost, and it's supported by CIG. I like racing, and that's what's going to be focused here, but I'm awful at it. I'm terrible at it. I don't want to do it myself, but watching it and chatting to more Star Citizen folks, that equals a win to me. But will I be exhausted already from multiple days of actual Star Citizen reveals and CitizenCon, drinking, meeting people? I've been told that VIP seats are selling fast there. There was only 100 to begin with. The total capacity for the event is 1,200, so 1,100 normal seats. Links down below to all of that. Go check it out. Inside Star Citizen was pretty cool this week because it showed off jump points that are in progress for Alpha 4.0. These look fantastic. They're still working on the VFX and look of them, so you can expect them to be dialed in and look even better. We learned that there will be permanent jump points, like the ones that we sort of know about between Pyro and Stanton and between sort of all the major systems. There are no size restrictions on ships using those, so you can be the biggest or the smallest ship and still use those permanent jump points. But there are also going to be transient jump points. Now, these are less stable. They will have restrictions, and they may come in and out of existence. It's something for Pathfinders and Explorers to discover, but also smugglers and lots of other reasons that you might want to find one of those transient jump points, which will appear and disappear around the verse. Jump points have a more hands-on approach of travel as well. You need to stay within the quantum tunnel and avoid the sides and obstacles that might appear there. It's going to be based on, the stability of the wormhole, that sort of stuff. If you take too much distortion damage from hitting the sides or obstacles, then you may fail your jump, and you might not turn up exactly where you want. You might stay in the system that you came from, you might be on the edge of a system potentially quite far out, and you might have to call for fueling and all that sort of stuff. Currently, they have jump points taking around 3 minutes to traverse, which is quite a long time to be active. I mean, I don't think the minigame's going to be too hard to stay in the quantum tunnel, but, you know, might be a few little times that you buffer the edges and you're like, ooh, a bit worried. The sneak peek from last week, so we're talking about last week's first, was of fuses in a static location, so sort of like a fuse box, one of these relays that were on ships, but it wasn't on a ship. Now, I think we can expect there's going to be missions to fix and repair these. Also, NPCs will be doing maintenance and things like that. And also, structures are supposed to follow the same rules as ships when it comes to circuitry and engineering, as far as I'm aware. So some places are going to be able to have these fuse boxes damaged or fuses taken out and that sort of stuff, and it will take down shields and life support and weapons, all that sort of jazz. A sneak peek from this week appears to be part of the Polaris's landing gear. Now tell me what you think in the comments down below, if this is actually Polaris's landing gear. It looks like it to me. We are expecting that this mighty ship will be out later this year in players' hands, and we know that CIG are making it more than just a torpedo corvette. They're improving its weapons, etc., so it's not just a one-trick pony, as it were. Really excited for the Polaris. It is going to be a absolutely great combat and mission running ship, and sort of like home base for a lot of groups and small organizations. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen updates of this week. Something I do want to mention, the Tobii Eye Tracker, which is a natively supported eye and head tracking product for Star Citizen and some other games, is on sale until the 5th of August, so if you want to pick up one of them, go check out the links down below. It helps support the channel, but obviously it's a very cool, high precision product. Some people not going to be suitable for, but if you're going to use something like that, then it is absolutely fantastic. I am really interested to know, are you excited for Alpha 3.24? When do you think it's actually going to hit wider PTU? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be live sort of mid-August, do you think? Or do you think it's going to be further out? Or do we not have enough information to be able to tell? What about Alpha 4.0, server meshing, Pyro, tons of new content? Do you think that's actually going to come out before the end of the year? Obviously, it was sort of roughly supposed to be Q3. It was going to come out, but in much much more likely Q4 now. And yeah, I think by end of year is basically what we should expect. Are you going to be attending CitizenCon this year? Are you going to be trying to go to any of those Bar Citizen events or an Atmosphere tournament, or just watching any of it from the comfort of your own home, or just going to watch summaries of it afterwards? I would love to know in the comments below. Also, I'm going to start to get questions put together for things to ask the devs while we're there, because we're going to be attending loads of events where we're going to be able to ask devs different questions. If you have something that you would like us to ask, chuck it in the comments below. I will start some threads on our Discord, discord.gg/BoredGamer. And typically what I do is a lot of questions are quite similar, so I sort of truncate them down into or distill them down into a more refined question that sort of covers a lot of what was asked. Anyway, tell me in the comments below. Love to read your comments. Thank you so much. Also, click the links to NordVPN if you need a VPN. It's good, isn't it?
I'm a futuristic cyborg sent back in time for one purpose. Give me your boots, your jacket, and your nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Get NordVPN if you want to live on the internet. It's the only thing that will protect you against Skynet and my Terminator impression.
It gives you greater accessibility, security, and privacy on the internet as well. You should use the links below. Every month, we have a ship giveaway. For July, we're giving away a Constellation Taurus. This workhorse allows you to do some solid cargo running, as well as some combat and room for a small crew. It's just a great all-round mission runner and awesome ship to experience Star Citizen with. This comes with access to the game and lifetime insurance as well. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during July. Each video is another chance to win. More details in the description below. Please consider supporting the channel with the join button under my videos or via Patreon, links below to all of that. It goes a long way in helping us to be able to make daily Star Citizen content and Zin's lore videos, all that sort of jazz. Thank you so much to all the glorious members that already do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can always help as well by sharing, liking, subscribing, and getting involved in the comments section. And thank you very much for those of you that watched to the end. It is appreciated.